Who'd you love at quarterback? Like who's getting in that PJ and flying to New York City to sit in for the Heisman? Whether it's Anthony Richardson, Stetson Bennett, Caleb Williams, like a lot of guys had nice performances. Or who are you betting on that maybe didn't play great or didn't have a crazy game, and maybe they will this weekend. Maybe it's Quinn Ewers. Maybe he's going to go off this weekend against Alabama.
We're going beyond the obvious. I feel like the first three light-skinned brothers are the obvious ones. I don't personally think they will give it to Bryce again because I don't know if they will do that. So maybe he's out, but he's still always in the conversation. He might still make the trip, though. I don't think they'll give it to him 2 years in a row. I think CJ's got to be in the conversation. The Notre Dame game wasn't a fluke, but I think that was one of those games. Notre Dame's defense, I think Notre Dame earned a lot of respect. That game was closer than I said last week that I thought it would be. I thought Ohio State would score more points than that. But I think you'll see CJ come on. Notre Dame is very well coached with Marcus Freeman. I feel like Ohio State's about to put up 60 on a bunch of people in the weeks to come. So that'll be interesting to see. Caleb Williams, I think the thing, you talk about coaches and you talk about that position, you look at Lincoln Riley's resume of Heisman Trophy winners. He knows, I ain't gonna say how to pad your stats, but he knows what it looks like to make a Heisman Trophy campaign. And so I think Caleb Williams is definitely gonna be in the conversation. Outside of those three, to me, Stetson Bennett could have a really cool narrative. I keep saying that, but that's really what
you love that word. That's your word right now, narrative.
I mean, I was in it for you start to see sometimes it don't be the best player, but who got the best story, which I don't think is bad. It's just that's the way it is. It's ratings. I think Stetson Bennett coming off a national championship win and even still being an underdog, which is crazy to say. He's national championship quarterback and he's still an underdog because of how his presentation. I think he can end up in New York if they continue to play like they did against Oregon, and then him throw for 300 yards, be efficient. He was 80%. Do play well. And then beyond that, I think freakish wise, you got to go Anthony Richardson. His stats though are going to be interesting because he only threw for 100 yards. He had 100 yards rushing, so it's his stats will be. I don't know. I'm interested to see the next couple of weeks if he can really. He's got to show he can throw the ball. He can't just. I don't think he can be a dual threat guy entirely and get to New York. But I think if he's freakish, that one play he had where he 360 in the air. I don't know if it counted. Whatever that play was, that was crazy. So I think he'll have some flashing moments to make headlines, and if they can stay ranked, it'll be interesting. So that's kind of my two guys outside the light skinned guys. My two.
Right now, after 1 week of college football, I think three guys had an opportunity to make a Heisman statement. Two of them made that statement. I think one of them shrunk in the spotlight. I think Stroud. I think he shrunk in the spotlight. Call it what you want to call it. I mean, it was an opportunity versus Notre Dame for him to have a Heisman moment, and he didn't have a Heisman moment ultimately. You can even say that his receiver Smith and Jigba, you can say he's kind of an outsider. Even though I don't think the receivers never won it, have they? But he's an outsider that's been in the conversation, I think, as a Cinderella. He goes out injured. Clearly, those two guys, I think, shrunk in the moment. So I got two guys, man. I think Stetson Bennett, who I owe an apology to Stetson Bennett. I've been hard on Stetson Bennett now. I was hard on Stetson Bennett last year. 10 completions, averaging 10 completions for the first 11 ball games last year really had me doubting that little fella. Well, he goes out there and has 3 college football playoff games. A SEC championship game and 2 college football playoff games where he was a big reason why they won those ball games. And so that was my question coming in this year. Do we get the Stetson Bennett that completes 10 ball games? 10 balls a game and, survives because the defense is great and runs just a vanilla offense? Or do we get the dude that comes out there and is doing big boy things with that offense, and he did it, man. So I thought he would be the guy right now that if I had to give the Heisman Trophy to somebody, I think he's the front runner right this minute. Now, the guy you mentioned, D, Anthony Richardson, I don't want to hear nobody even put another dude in college football physically on the same level as him. There's not another dude in college football right now that can throw it the way Anthony Richardson can throw it. And then you add the size, the build, the speed, the athletic ability. Physically, this dude's an absolute monster, and I don't even think there's a close second, if I'm being completely honest. I love C.J. Stroud, good player. I get it. I really like the general Bryce Young, I like what he brings to the table. Caleb Williams is nice, but ain't nobody spinning that rock like Anthony Richardson is, man. It's just a different – he's got a chance. He's got a chance to end the season this year, guys, not as a generational talent like Trevor Lawrence and like Andrew Luck and those guys where when they were – Yogi, when you had them in Elite 11, people were already putting them in the Heisman hunt and making them the number 1 overall pick. Like Anthony, it's too late for Anthony to be that guy. But Anthony can start the season as a dude that had, I think, 6 touchdowns and 5 interceptions last year, and Dan Mullen, for some reason, didn't start his ass. He can come in the season as that dude and end as a guy that is zero doubt about it, hands down, the number 1 overall pick in the draft, and teams are fighting to get that pick. I think he's that gifted and that talented.
What's going on, guys? Rob Doster here, the founder of the Field of 68 and the Field of 12 Media Networks. I wanted to take a quick minute to let you guys know about an exciting new project that we have been working on for the last 3 months. The Almanac, an all-encompassing preview of the 2022-23 college basketball season. We spoke with every single Division I head coach to give you a robust and accurate preview for all 363 Division I college basketball teams. We have predictions for conference finishes for all 32 leagues. We have features on the best freshmen, the best big men, the breakout stars, the coaches on the hot seat, so much more. It is 600,000 words of sheer happiness for the college basketball fan in your life. The Almanac is going to be available for digital purchase on September 26th for just $19.99, but you can pre-order it today using the promo code HOOPS and save 20%. Just hit the link in the description below.